I want to talk more about this Clifford Strengths and this Gallup. But before we get there, you mentioned about financials are important. I agree with you. And you were talking more in terms of personal finance. And can I also ask you about how do you think about budgeting for the business? And the context is also that generally you sell two things, right? Either you sell products, physical products, or sell services. So in this case, you would sell services. So there's also that nuance to that. You don't have to pay upfront for goods or whatever, right? So how do you think about budgeting? You were prudent enough to ask about your financial advisor about your own personal finances, but how do you think about setting finances and budgeting for your own company? And I ask this in the context of people who are listening could try to understand like, it's one thing to take care of your own household expenses, but then how does one, because it's so area, right? If you're a corporate employee all the time, now you're going to start a new business. How do you think about it? Can you share us how you went about it and how do you do?
So for my business is service. So essentially it's good because I'm just trading my time for money right at the start. And I mean, now that office is a separate, I have all these expenses, but in the very beginning, I basically is trading time for money. So my cost was very low. And so, I mean, the very first thing I did was obviously to separate my business expenses from my personal expenses by incorporating and then having a separate business account. Right?
Private limited?
Private limited, yeah.
Why private limited?
It was just cleaner. Like I know that actually if I had to grow out of a solopreneur, sole proprietorship, don't have to be like paperwork and things which I don't want to have a hassle for. And private limited feels like it will put my assets, like my personal assets, if anything goes wrong. I mean, touch wood, right? So it was just cleaner and together with the discussion with my husband, it's like, just go straight to private limited.
There is this amount you pay every year, right? $300, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
And then you get it.
Because I gone through the process.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I don't expect to earn much in the first year. We pay $300.
Oh,
right?
I just did it anyway.
Okay. No, well, thanks for that. Thanks for that. Yeah.
Think about switching and
there are two camps, right? One said, let's start with the sole proprietorship. Right. Easier, maybe. And then, then private limited. Then double click on that. Can I ask you whether do you open your own corporate bank account?
Yep. Yeah.
And that's another set of expenses there. Because you need a higher deposit amount. If not, you get. Or was there some entrepreneur-friendly kind of bank account?
OCBC. I'm using OCBC.
Okay.
Yeah, but OCBC is it minimum balance? And I don't know much about that, but there's a $10 service fee. I mean, I've tried different ones.
Okay.
And I think $10 service fee every month is the lowest I've seen. I mean, there are others, I think.
Sure. So this I would call maybe admin, right? Regulatory expenses.
Yeah.
And then what else? What are the other types of expenses that you get for?
Okay, so for sure upfront, which is the coaching, any courses, upskilling that I do, right? To excel, to master my craft. So that's all expenses.